How you
Oh,
doing?
yes, yes, yes. How you doing, my brother? I'm good. I'm good. How you doing?
What an impressive background there.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate
Oh,
it.
definitely good to catch up with you since as I did the intro, I was just saying that we met up in London, so it's good to catch up with you after that. How was the show?
Oh my gosh, man. It was amazing. Shout out to Strictly Sophisticated. Shout out to Strictly Sophisticated, with my guy Courtney and just his whole team, everybody involved. It was amazing. I love London. The first time we went to London I was in high school, we were performing,
Wow.
and this was last year, 2023 was my first time back. My
Wow.
second show last year, but my third time in London, and I love London.
No, definitely. Well, we're gonna have to try and see how we can get you back some more times and stuff. Yeah, but just as we start off with it, it's got an international audience and everyone would like to know where you were sort of born and raised so we can sort of get a sense of where you're from.
Yes, man, I am a native New Yorker. All right. I
Oh,
am a native New Yorker. Shout out to Rochester, New York. I was raised in Queens. I've been in Queens practically my whole life, Queens, New York. Those of you who don't know Queens, if you've seen Coming to America, then you know a little something about Queens right there.
okay, 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 okay.
Or Run
Yes,
DMC,
yes,
LL
yes.
Cool, a lot of
LOL
people.
Cool J seems to be yes, yes.
Yeah.
I think Bryce Wilson from Groove Theory is from Queens.
Absolutely. Bryce is absolutely from Queens. Shout out to Tribe Called Quest. I have their album right there. Nicki Minaj. I mean, just so many people from there. A lot of history, man.
Wow. Wow. What was it like for you growing up as a kid in Queens? Because I think we know Queens from, say, Come to America, with hip hop talking about it from their perspective. But for yourself, how, what was it like for you growing up as a kid?
Oh man, growing up as a kid in Queens was I wouldn't trade it for the world because first historically out of Queens, if you go way back, you're talking about jazz musicians who lived there. So we're talking about Count Basie, we're talking about Lena Horne, we're talking about Billie Holiday, we're talking about Ella Fitzgerald, John Coltrane, and then it goes into another era of Queens, like let's say Lenny White, Bernard Wright, you know, let's say Marcus Miller, maybe the Fatback Band, you know what I'm saying? So many different people, and then in between that little clip, you had like Shep and the Limelights, the doo-wop era, Daddy's Home, and stuff like that. So coming up in Queens, it was a rich history, not only with hip hop, but it was a rich history with gospel, a rich history with R&B, doo-wop, jazz, uh, and hip hop. And because these styles of music are not just sounds, they're cultures. So I
Mm.
was in the culture where all of that stuff was not only born, but like the incubator of some of those things. And then I'm the son of a musician, a church musician. My father's a minister of music, and my mom's an educator. So my experience in Queens was like go out on the block parties, hip hop, DJs, hip hop, culture.
Yeah.
But then inside my house, my parents are from New Orleans, Louisiana. I had a little bit of that Southern charm, in cuisine, in the house, you know what I'm saying? But then it was so diverse as far as the black community was concerned until we got a little bit of every type of musical culture in Queens. It just so happened that a lot of hip hop came out of Queens during that period, but I mean, a lot of different styles of music and genre culturally. I was right smack dab in the middle of that.
So what was your main influence? Because I said if hip hop was prominent, did you think about being an MC or how did even singing become part of your upbringing?
Everybody in my neighborhood was either MC, hip hop dancer, hip hop DJ, something, spray paint in my hood. So yeah, I mean, I went through a period of time where I was on the mic, MCing. But here's my dichotomy. In the hood, I'm in the Queens, you're talking Hollis, Queens. St. Albans, Queens Village, all of these, we talking. So when we talk about these areas, we talk about Salt and Pepper, Queens Village in Jamaica. We talking about Run DMC, Tribe and them. We're talking about all of these different types of hip hop. And yeah, I was a part of that. Um, as a young guy, just, writing little rhymes in my notebook and doing little demos and stuff on, with the DJs. But because my father's a musician, he's a songwriter, he's a singer, he's a musician, he's a theologian, he's an author, he's a lecturer. I was
Mm,
singing in church as
okay.
well in Brooklyn, you know? So we were doing that. And then I was coming back to the neighborhood. So I was always mixing the various cultural types of expression through music because I was around it all.
Was your upbringing, so your musical upbringing was mainly in church?
Oh yeah. Oh yes, 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 yes. That's the foundation. The foundation. I was right there in that choir loft, singing in that tenor section and getting those solos. And when my father was the minister of music at the church,
Yeah, okay.
but, and some of the songs that I sang, he wrote, because he was
Wow.
also, my dad's also a songwriter and an arranger and a composer. And he's written songs that are sung in churches all around America, right now, and I was a part of something really special. I didn't realize how special it was, but I was singing. I was in church. I was singing. I was playing. I was doing some playing as well.
Just out of curiosity, did you have an option, a choice? I mean, is this something you wanted to do or something you had to do?
The church part or the singing in church part?
The singing in church, yeah, yeah, the singing part of it, yeah.
Um, you know what? So I didn't remember this. I thought the way I recalled it, because I was singing as early as 5,
Hmm.
in church. And I recalled it. I thought that I was told to do it, but my brother, who is now a pastor, in a church, St. Albans Congregational Church here in Queens, um, he's my big brother. He
Okay.
reminded me that my father asked us, "Do you want to sing?" He said no. I said yes. Now he was just as good as a singer as me, but I guess he reminded me that I was asked, and I said that I wanted to do it. So I guess I made a choice. It was just an early life choice, but
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
made the choice. Yeah,
But how was it for you? Did you enjoy doing it? Because as I said, I've interviewed others who have grown up in a church and it was a chore at
yeah,
first and they grew to love it. But for
yeah.
yourself, was it, how did, was it for you?
It wasn't a chore. It wasn't a
Okay.
chore because I loved music. My earliest memories, period, are of music. I remember music more than I remember people sometimes in my earlier life. Do
Mm,
you remember Mr. So and so, so and so? And I say no. But if you talk about a song that was out during that time, I'll remember the
mm,
song though. You know what I'm saying? So I was
yeah.
so into music until having the opportunity to sing. Now, I'll tell you this. I was nervous. I used to get really, really nervous. I used to feel like, man, I'm gonna have a heart attack right here. They're gonna take me out on the stretcher. You know what I'm saying? Like, out of the sanctuary as I'm singing this song. That's how nervous I would get. So the only part about it that was scary was the nerves before going on. I wanted to do it though. I did want to do it. So it was about me overcoming it. I don't think it was a chore because, like I said, my father was a minister of music, and I admired him. I mean, I just watch him sing and play and do all those things. That was admirable to me. So for me to get up there and do it was big for me. You know.
Then as a kid playing and singing, but outside there's all this stuff happening with hip hop and it's taking off. What's a 15-year-old TL deciding to do?
Say it again.
So while you're singing and developing your craft as in singing, but then hip hop is taking off, what are you thinking about? Do you want to then, see a career in that, or was your passion to your job to be working in a church, or what was it? What was the idea?
That's a great question, man. Early on, I did want to be a church musician because that's what I saw. That's what I saw my father doing.
Yeah.
So, and I knew that I was moving in that direction. Um, but here's the interesting thing. I'm a minister of music at a church today. That's what I'm literally doing what my father did. I do that today. So
Okay.
apparently I was moving in that direction. I didn't realize it because it's kind of like a calling, but no, I didn't look at music as a career at all. Growing up, I looked at it as a hip hop was always just like a cultural expression, something that was in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Uh, I just looked at it as something that people just do. Singing is something that we enjoy and we just do. I wasn't calculated in the beginning. I was not calculated. I was just singing because I guess I could. I was singing because I could. I was rapping because I felt like I could. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I was, doing those things. So I didn't get serious about that until right around eighth grade. Eighth grade is when I got into that group, Ladae. Eighth grade. That's when I decided, well, this is a thing. There are groups out here. Like there are groups, this is literally what they do in their career. Maybe we could do that. We admired a lot of those groups. So we got together and we started, but I was in the eighth grade. That was when it clicked with me, like to do it.
Okay. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of Halftime Chat. Please remember to subscribe, share, and comment. But most importantly, why don't you become a member of Halftime Chat? We've got amazing videos, amazing perks, and being able to support the channel. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.
I never participated in that.